If you thought being afraid of heights, stairs, or sharks was weird, then you haven't even heard of these phobias. They get even weirder as we count down to the number 1 weirdest phobia, so stay tuned for that. Kicking things off, we have 10. Hippopotomonstrosesquippedaliophobia. If you can even pronounce this word, which is ironically one of the longest words in English, good. You don't have hippopoto, whatever you got it. It's the fear of long words. If hippopotomonstrosesquippedaliophobia is too hard to pronounce, there's another name for it, and it's sesquipedalophobia. This phobia can be brought on by experiencing embarrassment from incorrectly pronouncing long words or reading aloud in class as a child. People with dyslexia often experience this as well. 9. Optophobia. At number 9 is the debilitating and near-paralyzing fear of opening one's eyes. Phobias can't get any weirder than that except for our number 1 fear, so stay tuned for that. Now, people with optophobia struggle with daily tasks and often prefer to lock themselves indoors and in dimly lit areas. 8. Iridophobia. Next up is this irrational fear of, get this, rainbows. This phobia is called Iridophobia. When that big, bright, and colorful 7-color rainbow graces the sky, and we stop to admire it and joke about the pot of gold at the other end, some people start hyperventilating, uncontrollably crying, and experience faintness, anxiety, and an increased heart rate. People with iridophobia usually get the creeps from the northern lights as well. 7. Casadastraphobia. This is one of the most recently identified fears. So instead of being afraid of the sky falling down, which can be a somewhat rational fear, people with Casadastraphobia are pathologically afraid of falling into the sky. The probability of that happening is 0, but there's a reason why phobias are called irrational fears. This particular paralyzing phobia gets even worse when viewing night skies. 6. Turophobia. There are people who don't like cheese, then there are people who are downright terrified of the sight of it. From mozzarella to cheddar, turophobia can be associated with one type of cheese or all cheeses. People often have to avoid cheese at the grocery stores and experience panic attacks. 5. Chirophobia. Chirophobia is the fear of hands. This can escalate to being afraid of your own hands or of someone else. Chirophobia, like most phobias, is caused by a traumatic experience like hand injuries or onset arthritis. 4. Omphalophobia. Speaking of body phobias, this next bizarre fear is omphalophobia, the fear of belly buttons. People with this phobia are so disgusted and creeped out by belly buttons that they often cover them or put a bandage of their own to spare themselves of the seemingly ghastly sight. And they avoid places where belly buttons run amok like the beach. 3. Globophobia. Birthday parties are a nightmare for people with globophobia, which is the irrational fear of balloons. Balloons trigger this phobia and make its sufferers experience such intense anxiety that they often have to run away from balloons or even switch the channel if the balloon is on TV. This can be caused by experiencing a traumatic event with a balloon or balloons popping. We can lump in globophobia with coulrophobia, which is the fear of clowns. 2. Xanthophobia. When you fear something like spiders or heights, you can usually avoid them, but this one phobia is near debilitating. It's xanthophobia, the fear of the color yellow. This can be brought on by being stung by a bee or a multitude of other causes, which results in people avoiding or generally being terrified of running into yellow things such as buses, taxis, or flowers. This isn't a yellow isn't my color type of anxiety either. Symptoms of this phobia include nausea, dry mouth, panic attacks, rapid breathing, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, and overall reacting uncontrollably. 1. Phobophobia. Now, this is the phobia to end all phobias. It's phobophobia, literally defined as the fear of phobias. It's practically a self-fulfilling prophecy. These people are afraid of being afraid. You can imagine how much that interferes with your daily lives as people with phobophobia shy away from social or really any situation that makes them prone to anxiety. And that's a wrap on the top 10 weird phobias. Can you believe there are some people who suffer from these? Do you have your own phobia? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you liked this video, drop a like before you go and hit that subscribe and notification buttons if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.